we will move into the conversation with Adipat Verdi, who is Executive Director XR Global at cinecite. And the strategy number two is to expand from VFX into spatial experiences. So we will talk artificial intelligence, big data, immersive experiences, immersive XR experiences, based on the experience that Adipat had with cinecite. So a few words about Adipat, if I find it, it's here. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Here you are. So you've been joined the cinecite leadership team in 2024 as Executive Director XR Global. You are an expert in XR experience design and leveraging emerging technologies to deliver a narrative framework for both social and commercial impact. You are spearheading the development of cinecite's award-winning immersive and XR division. What I found interesting in your resume is that you originally studied architecture, and as you know, RTC is very keen about with this cross-industry synergies. You also have practiced social spatial analysis. So that's very, very interesting in this, very curious about your presentation. Thank you for joining us. It's pretty late for you in London, but please take it away.
Great. Thank you so much, Jean-Michel. So I just wanted to start with a quick introduction. So just to follow on from what Jean-Michel said, a lot of the work at cinecite is very much about trying to pivot away from the way in which we understand content, the way in which we understand immersive content, and also how we have produced linear content up till now. So for those of you who don't know, cinecite has a very sort of global reputation for VFX, for feature animation, and what they are now doing is setting up a division in immersive, which I get to lead. But it's also about breaking away from just entertainment and media and really starting to understand what we mean by that word immersive. And I kind of wanted to start this presentation, which is a little bit more strategic in mind, based on what we've just heard. And everyone uses this word immersive, and it means so many different things. I don't think we have a collective, clear definition of what that word is. But for me, it's not about immersive. It's actually about the art of immersion. And I'd like to sort of talk about what I mean by that. One of the things that we've noticed in the work that we're doing is that consumption behavior is evolving. Like the difference between the decision makers and the people who are on the floor experiencing content today, there is a massive gap. And one of the shifts that is very clear is that there is a new way in which, especially Gen Z and Alphas, the new generations with disposable income, are really engaging with the content. They expect different things to the generation before them. And a few of them are listed here, but I'd like to pick out a couple, which is at the moment, it's very much a shift away from transactional modes. And one thing that we've noticed is that people don't want to go out and just sort of buy products or watch a piece of content for a set number of time. It's more about community. It's more about belonging. So this notion is, seen, especially like my son, for instance, who's 7. He says, he plays Roblox, but he doesn't go to play the games. He goes to meet his friends from school that he's literally seen about an hour before, right? So it's very much about creating that enhanced sense of connection, of belonging, of community. And the other thing that we've noticed based on that is there's less this notion of being a passive observer. It's not about sitting and watching or sitting and sort of, engaging with something at a distance. It's very much about being participatory, and this notion of immersion is very much about an experiencing happening to you and around you. So what we're sort of finding is we're dealing with, as we all know, I'm sure in this room, is how do you remove the screen? How do you remove that arbiter between the content and you? And if the experience spills out around you, what are the repercussions of that? And based on that, what